By 1985, Lycoming College football was already a force to be reckoned with. The once lackluster football program that Frank Girardi took over in 1972 had already been transformed over the course of a dozen years into one that had won MAC Northern Division titles in 1978, 1979, and 1982. There was one achievement that had still eluded the program, a berth in the NCAA Division III Championship. In fact, at the time, the only programs at Lycoming College that had earned berths in the NCAA Championship were the wrestling and women's swim teams as individuals and the men's basketball team, which had earned an at-large bid in March. Expectations heading into the 1985 season were never higher. 4 All-Americans and 6 first-team All-MAC selections entered preseason camp from a team that went 8-2 in 1984, losing only to Susquehanna and Uppsala. The team was perhaps the toughest it had ever been on the line, featuring returning All-American defensive tackle Michael Bors and nose guard Jack Geisel on the defensive side, and guard Walt Zadoveski on the offensive side. Rusty Frick also returned as an All-American kicker. On paper, there was no doubt this team looked like it could be one of the best in school history. But what happened when they took the field? The season started with the team dispatching Division II Lock Haven 29-8, and followed with a 20-14 win over rival Susquehanna. A fourth quarter sack by Steve Fasolka and Mike Gilmore sealed the win after Larry Beretta ran for 160 yards and threw for 168 to pace the offense. A 27-3 dismissal of Wilkes was followed by an 18-10 win over perennial MAC power Widener. Beretta clinched the win with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter when he hit James O'Malley for an 84-yard scoring strike. Shutouts of Albright and Uppsala followed before Lycoming led 17-0 over Moravian before the Greyhounds scored 15 in a row and got the ball down to the Warriors' 30-yard line before an errant pass on fourth down helped Lycoming escape Bethlehem with the win. The Warriors held a 39-13 lead with 4 minutes to play the next weekend at Juniata before 2 late touchdowns made the final margin 12 points. The win over the Indians set up a Week 9 showdown with Delaware Valley, which entered the game in second in the conference with a 5-2 league mark. They were dismissed 38-0, held to 158 yards of offense, and Lycoming headed into the final week of the regular season ranked 4th in the nation. In the finale, the Warriors downed the winless Lebanon Valley 59-0, the largest blowout for the team in 5 years, 10-0. It was unquestionably the best football season in school history to that point, surpassing the 9-1 1980 team and the 7-1 1958 team and the 8-1-1 1931 state prep champions from the old Dickinson Seminary. The only other undefeated team in program history was the Spanish flu pandemic doomed 1918 team, which won 3 games and didn't allow a point. The Warriors set no fewer than 26 school records during the 1985 season, and they became the first to enter the waters of the NCAA Championship, receiving a bid to the 16-team field and trip to Gettysburg, where they faced the Centennial Conference champion Bullets. The Warriors held a 10-0 lead in the second quarter, but the Bullets responded with the game's last 2 touchdowns to win 14-10. The loss ended the season, but began a legendary era in Warrior football history. MAC MVP Larry Beretta, Bors, and Zadoveski earned All-American honors. Mike Kern was an academic All-American, and 10 players earned All-MAC accolades. Girardi was named the MAC Coach of the Year for a 3rd time, and 12 of the team's players went on to earn induction into Lycoming's Athletics Hall of Fame. The season put Lycoming on the national scene, setting the stage for a run to the Division III quarterfinal in 1989 and then an appearance in the championship game in 1990. But that team in 1985, from the first whistle against Lock Haven to the last against Lebanon Valley, was the first to be perfect.
Listen, here, Wise, and you know this. I'll take on any one of those teams after us, brother.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All I got to say.
Hey, you don't have to say, because, hey,
listen,
we're already in agreement here.
Listen, you guys set the bar so high. It was just incredible for what you guys accomplished. Amazing. You averaged over 32 points a game. We had 4 shutouts. And but the biggest thing was that the attitude that you guys had. You knew you were going to win. You expected to win, and you did. And that bar has been set high, and I tell you what, the talent level on that team, I defy anybody to tell me that there was better talent on any other team.
In every aspect.
Except for
14-year-old.
And right. But it was, I tell you what, you guys made it easy on the field. Sometimes off the field, it wasn't easy with you, but other than that,
look who it went to.
Cooch laughing.
That wasn't me, Coach.
You never
won in that white galaxy.
Coach, you saved my life, man. No doubts about it. So,
hey, look.
Harsh. Do you guys ever remember Beretta pitching the ball in the option? Does anyone remember Beretta actually pitching it? I don't remember. I tried to look back and I couldn't find any video of him actually pitching the ball during the option.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
He faked it a lot.
He faked it a lot. Yeah, he did a lot of faking.
It's funny.
I think back in the day, Larry was probably the only quarterback in college football who could bench press close to 400 pounds. You were a strong sucker, Larry.
man, Larry's doing what these dudes are doing right now in the NFL, man.
That's right.
He's doing what Lamar Jackson's doing. He just 30 years ago. He, honestly, man.
That's the truth.
I mean, there's no doubt about it, man. Look at the kid Murray down in Arizona, Jackson in Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree.
That's Larry Brett and the Lycoming offense.
Well, he can't shut up.
Larry, listen, you did look dumb and shit with that stupid snake head, whatever the hell it is. I will tell you, as senior leaders of that team, we had all the respect in the world for you, and you were awesome. I mean, some of the stuff you did, we'd watch on film, you'd be like, man, this. Not only could you throw it, you could run it, you were tough, you would stick your nose in there and never shied away from the hit. So appreciate that as a line.
Hey, Brett, it's Curry.
Yes.
I had a coach in our league tell me once when I met him on the road recruiting, he says, Curry, you guys at Lycoming have 3 guys in one playing quarterback. The kid throws like a quarterback, runs like a tailback, and hits like a linebacker. That was the ultimate compliment that guy could have given you.
Thank you very much.
And you got a tailback that runs like a duck, farce.
He was a fullback. He was the leading rusher. They don't have fullbacks anymore.
Hey, Farce, what's our favorite play, brother? 22 blast, baby.
22 blast, 36 power and 36.
Hey, Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Under you, there were no really ever walkthroughs. We were going live with helmets.
Yeah,
that was the best.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, Tom, because I had to block you almost all.
You become a champion in practice, right?
You got it, PC.
We started out with those arm shields. Remember, we'd start out with those arm shields. Everyone would have an arm shield. And they'd go, and then about 3 plays later, everyone would just throw them arm shields off.
Oh yeah.
Go stand
Get rid of them. Right. And you look down at our freshmen, and their eyes got like silver dollars. They were probably wondering, what the hell are we doing here? These guys are hitting with shorts on. But that was a style. That was a style back then. It was your style, and we're never going to see another group like this.
So what I've come to gather is Billy Keim and Brian Mack and Flair. The D-backs were the only normal people that went to Lycoming. Because
correct there, Mike.
O-line
and D-line work.
Listen, Billy Kine was a real quiet kid, but he could play, man.
He's on the line.
Hey, wait. They didn't have to worry about anything because nothing came past the middle linebackers.
Well, yeah. Baseball bingo.
Joe, that was it.
They didn't have to worry about anything. They just sat back and watched the fresh people.
Unbelievable.
Joe, you and peace there, Joe.
So, Joe, and the occasional ball that got past Flaherty would drop anyway. So
Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Where's my man Mike Kohoff at?
You say, Larry?
Yo, I want to tell everybody, you know we all lost Al Burba.
Yeah.
Mike Kohoff has stepped up as a true teammate and has done nothing but support his family in his absence. He's been a great effort, great role model for that. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody on this Zoom call would have done the same thing. In fact, a lot of guys do things behind the scenes. So any one of us went down, I'm sure. There he is right there. Any one of us went down, someone else would step in. So.
And you did, pal.
Now, a lot of people say it, Michael, but you stepped up, brother.
Yeah.
Happy to do it.
Right.
Somebody touched on it earlier, from character. We might be knuckleheads, we might be lunatics, but we got a lot of character.
No doubt. He certainly was a character, man. He added to the color on the campus, no question.
Hard to believe he's gone, Mike.
Yeah, you should see his kids, though. I tell you, each one of them, they're thriving, doing really well.
I remember getting dropped off as a freshman for that first day when you got to do the half mile and all the offensive linemen pretend they got pulled groins, and I remember thinking, wow, those dads are pretty cool dropping these kids off, and I thought they were getting in the car to leave, and it was Geisel, Kearney, and Sittler with full beards. They look like men, and I'm a 17-year-old kid. I'm a September baby, so I'm 17. I don't think I got hair under my arms yet. And here are these men, and I knew I was in the big leagues. And I'll get a little bit sentimental here for a second. So it says a lot about all the coaches, Rob, not only the talent that you brought up to Lycoming, but the caliber of people. I mean, I'm still friends with most of the guys on this line. I see them. We all get together at Chicky Pete's at least once a year. It's about the football. It's about the friendship that was forged there. And I'll tell you what really made me smile and know I've always made the right choice, not only because everyone here is just an awesome dude, but you guys know, most of you know, or some of you know, my dad passed in May. And again, thank you, brother. And for Coach Rob and the Coach G to call me live and leave a message, that's the kind of program Lycoming is. It's not what can you do for me now. It's, hey, Flaherty and the boys, they're our people. So you will all always be my people. And then we'll get into the stories later. But I wanted to say, it's about the program that you guys built on and off the field, the people that you brought in there. And that's Lycoming football to me.
Here. Get on, Mike.
Yeah. Very nice.
Listen, this is to you, Rob. But, we all gave you a hard time when we were there, and no doubt about it. But as we get older and got more mature, you were, and G, you know this. Some of us got more mature. G, you know this, how important Rob was to the program and recruiting in our area. It was crazy. You look at that roster, how many kids we had from the Philadelphia Catholic League, and not that other areas weren't good. Parsons are.
How does Wally become the voice of reason all of a sudden?
It's two simple words, Pars. Corporate America.
Yeah.
You're working at your kitchen table every day, just like me, Wally.
One of my favorite Hirsch plays was against Widener when he has a pass or a pick, right?
Here we go.
Oh, bingo! He takes 2 steps and falls flat on his face.
That's funny, Rob.
You remember
that?
At
least I caught it.
Yes, you did.
Joe, tell him you're trying to run the clock out.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Yo, guys. Meet my son.
Easy.
Yeah, all right. He's straight. Dante.
What is he,
Hey,
John?
Dante, how are you, buddy?
Dante.
What's up, Dante?
No, how many people have grandkids?
Right here. I do.
Two. Got two.
One on the way. One on the way.
All right, listen, I just want to finish up and just say that I will never, ever forget this team, ever, for what you've accomplished and what you've done for the program. The memories that I've got, and these stories never get old. Never get old. I love them. And what you guys accomplished, like I said before, you set you set the bar so high. That's the way we wanted it. And then to have our first undefeated team, and then I had Frankie and Jerry were on the team. That was just icing on the cake. This is a group that I will never, ever forget, and be so thankful of what you did for all of us here at Lycoming.
Thanks, Jake.
Right back at you.
Thanks, Coach.
Get back at you, Coach.
You
Thank
made
you.
it a family, G. You made it a family.
Three cheers for Lyco, baby.
Hip, hip.
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Yeah, there they are, man.
Yeah.